thumbnail thing, but it's all good. Let me set the camera up. Meant to press the thumbnail button. That should work. Which one of y'all was gonna speak? Okay, when you get in the middle, whoever's gonna speak, and then I'll read, and me and Yasar will be reading. Okay. You tell us the precepts, we'll pull them. Alright. Even if y'all have some precepts. Oh yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. You scoop us.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth to rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and elect. I'm Ariad Zabak out of GMS Dallas Camp.
Brother Yasai, GMS Dallas as well. I not from GMS Dallas.
And today we're just going to get into the vengeance of the Lord. We're going to come out of Isaiah chapter 34.
That's right. Yep. So again, man, I don't know if you wanted to set the tone, man, because one thing that a lot of people, especially our people, don't realize is there's a lot of hell coming to this place, man. And they don't want Esau to get judged. You know, like you had that video with Elder Manata Zakba that he did this week. This Jake on TikTok talking about Edom. What do you say? Esau isn't going to be destroyed or some shit like that. You know, Esau's not going to go into slavery. Yeah, that's what he said. Edom isn't going to go into slavery. You got Israelites that claim that they know that they're Israelites that don't think that the heathen's going to go into slavery, man. Okay, so you know we're going to get the scriptures, man. Logan's edifying. This is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it." Okay.
Come. And basically, you know, the prophet Isaiah, you know, as he's speaking unto the nations, he's saying, listen. He's telling the nations to listen because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So that's why he's calling the nations, you know, to hear what has to be said. And not only that, the heathen, you know, their judgment is coming toward them. So both, whether you know, so-called, whether you the chosen elect or you the 2/3, you know, or the wicked, you know, the word has to come forth. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, there's a scripture in Psalms 19. I'm gonna pull it real quick. Psalms 19:4. I'll start at verse 1. Psalms 19:1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. So the prophets have been on the earth since man was placed on the earth. Okay? And the people that want to pay attention to the signs of the existence of the Lord, those are the ones that are going to be more inclined to actually hear the words of the Lord. Okay? What does it say? It says the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his work. The scriptures talk about the wisdom of Solomon. You can look at the creation of the Lord and see the masterful creation that the Lord made. Okay? So when you continue on, it says, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line, and that's talking about the voice of the prophets, right? So you got the truth being pushed out in different languages, okay, different parts of the earth, to where anybody in any part of the earth can get the truth. You can be in Australia, New Zealand, you know what I mean? Any part of the earth, okay? YouTube. You gonna say something?
Yeah, actually that's what I was gonna land back off of. is that and honestly, this is why Yahweh Shem Yahushua had the internet and the web created, just so this word can go forward throughout the four corners of the earth.
Yeah, because the scriptures talk. Well, they're not going to be of any excuse. Okay, once you get this word, whether you hear or forbear to hear it, that's on you. Okay, our job is to push it out there. You gonna say something?
Yeah, I got a quick for you. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And the gospel is the good news and preach, means to be published or proclaimed. So this word, like the brothers going into, will be going to get brought out. Like people's judgment will be getting showed forth to them, man. The prophets will be out telling people what's getting ready to happen.
All right, so let me go back here. The point is at verse 4. And you don't got to read, bro, because you just speak of them. So you tell us what you want, precepts, we'll get them. All right, Psalms 19 and verse 4 says, their line has gone out through all the earth. Meaning what? The line through the internet, okay, the World Wide Web has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth to to push this word out there. It says, and their words unto the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. Okay? You said, whether you're of the elect or you're going to get this word. Okay? That's the sentiment that's being laid down in the beginning of Isaiah 34. Okay? You got it, bro?
Any other precept?
No, I mean, I can continue back reading Isaiah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, continuing on. Isaiah 34 in verse 2, it says, for the indignation, for the indignation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
And that's going into also Joel, the second chapter as well. Is because of what, starting with Esau, Edom, and then also the other nations, what they done to his people, and that's what this is going into, his fury and his anger, has been kindled,
Did you want me to get that, Joel? Or you want
no, because there's some other that we'll get into.
All right.
But unless you want to pour something.
Well, I was going to get something real quick. Because you mentioned Joel chapter 2, which talks about the missiles. I'm going to get Joel chapter 3. Okay?
About all the nations coming together.
Right. Joel chapter 3, verse 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. This talking about the heathen. Okay? All right? It says, matter of fact, I want to get that word, Gentiles. Gawayah. Okay. Yeah, with Gentiles, Gawayah, you got Gawayah, then you got Nakar. This was something, it says the Gawayah or the Goyim, but this is the Gentiles talking about the heathen, okay? All right, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, make up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Yeah, even some Jakes that, maybe in Esau's army, if you out there in the valley of Yehoshaphat during World War III time, your ass is grass.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the judgment of the other nations, but some Jakes that's going to be part of the other nations' armies. They're going to be out there, frontline soldiers getting destroyed. Because when you look at the death toll of like World War I and World War II, you had whole generations of men that were just completely gone. You had whole cities that after the war, it was nothing but children and women, because all the men of age pretty much got put to death or were injured, had some type of PTSD. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot of death, man, coming, in this scene. All right, now going back to that, Isaiah 34 and 2, it says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
And that's going into actually, World War III, the day of the Lord, when he returned. And we have an account of that in Revelation 12 and 7. We're going to go ahead and grab that because all of the other nations, they're going to be fighting each other, as the priest was going into in Joel chapter 3, with them being gathered together over there in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. So when the war break out, Yahweh Shai going to return with the angels and the chariots, and they're going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to try to fight the Lord. They're going to get utterly destroyed. You got that in 12?
It's Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels.
And that dragon is going into Esau, Edom, and the angels are the Esau military, but fighting against Yahweh Shai when he returned.
That was it?
What's more?
That was it? You want to go back to Isaiah? What you want?
Yeah, I mean, if we can go back to Isaiah, because that's some more. We can get another count at what's that? 2nd Ezra 13 and 9.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, you wanna grab that?
Right. Well, yeah, we can get that. Just want me to get that now, or you want to keep reading Isaiah?
No, we can get that now.
Okay.
Because it's still going into that the
All
same
right.
thing.
So let me get that. 2nd Ezra 13.
Yeah, it's a lot of meat on here. I kind of been.
All right. 2nd Ezra 13. Okay. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 13, and you kind of got to start up. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just start up from verse 2. It says, "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven."
And that's Yahweh Shai on the chariot with the angels, coming on the cloud. That's pretty much it. Ready for, preparing for war.
Right. It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Right. And that's the fear of the Lord upon all of these people, because they know that the judgment is here and destruction is coming. So all of the words that the prophet's been preaching, they saying that it's being manifested, and then it came to pass, and everyone is in great fear.
Yeah, it's like Revelation the 6th chapter, when at the end of the chapter, where it talks about all the individuals that know that they wasn't right with the Lord, they're going to try to basically hide from Yahweh Shai. Saying to the mountains and the rocks, following us, hide us from the wrath of the Lord, and His Son, ultimately, right? So it says, continuing on, in verse 3 it says, "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice."
And those are the laser beams that's coming out from those chariots, zapping and bringing destruction upon on these nations, the armies, Esau, Edom, the wicked 2/3, judgment is going forth.
"Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire." Right? It says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea."
And that's going into the chosen and elect, right?
No. They're trying to subdue Yahweh Shai. That's talking about the other nations trying to fight against the Lord.
Okay.
It says, but
you say out of heaven, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
the
read
war
it
in
again.
heaven. All right.
Yeah, I'll read verse 4 again. I'm sorry, verse 5. 2nd Ezra 13 and 5. "After this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea."
Yeah, that's them trying to fight our power, our deliverer.
Yeah, there's going to be a joint effort that's put out there by the nations to say, you know what, we're going to set our differences aside. Oh, I should try to sort that problem. We're going to set our differences aside, you know, to you know, try to survive and preserve this shitty kingdom, right? And then let's see what happens. So all the, you know, the different Edomites, you know, Russians, you know, all the different horns and heads of the beast, east, you know, the whore, even the other nations, you know, Ishmael, you know, all the other nations, right? They're gonna come. Moab, you know, Moab gonna be up in there shooting their little Chinese,
The little Space Force.
shit, you know, right? Motherfuckers. And then it says, verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not.
And that's your Hawashai standing on top of the chariot, right?
Yeah, because you would imagine something big, so big you can't even see
How long it is.
the horizon doesn't even reveal how long.
Right.
Because you got certain, on a clear day, you can see 10, 20 miles out. You know what I'm saying? With the naked eye, on a clear day, I'm talking about,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like a clear day. You know, like even, okay, if you go to one of these tall ass buildings up here, you know, with like some binoculars, technically see what that is, it ain't probably ever gonna be that clear, but if the conditions are right, technically with some binoculars, you can see downtown Fort Worth. If you was up in one of these high ass buildings, right?
Right.
Or like the AT&T Stadium, you know what I'm saying? On a clear day, like you can see, because I've been up in like some of these buildings, they go up, you know, 30, 40 stories. I've been up in there and you can see, you know, you can see everything. You're like, oh shit. You feel like you're on a plane. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't see, well, we're gonna get to it, right? But think about that. Basically, something so big you can't even see. Like, hold on, damn. See, Jake don't know what the fuck going on. That's why the Lord, they're gonna be, hey, niggas like that gonna get drafted. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get drafted. They're not gonna know what to do. They'll be chipped up. You know what I'm saying? And in control. You know what I'm saying? Simple. It's simple. That's why Scripture saying Isaiah. The ass knoweth his owner, and the ass his master. The ox, excuse me, knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But my people do not know. They do not consider. Right?
Right.
There are people laden with iniquity. But continuing on, it says, 2 Ezra 13 and 8, it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
And that's going into Yahushua either putting the spirit on them to fight, you know, for them to stop and, you know, to see divine power like that, you know, the Most High had to still put the spirit on them, you know, to fight back.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much harden the heart of the men.
Well, it reminds me of Exodus. Remember, like, basically the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. You know what I'm saying? And then ultimately, at the end of the day, after the Passover, well, I'll say, let's say the night of the Passover, if you will, the night of the Passover, you had Pharaoh say, you know what? All right, whatever, man, y'all can go. You know. Then the demons hopped back on Pharaoh and said, you know, what the hell are we doing, man? Let's go chase after these guys. You see? So that's going to be the same demons that hop on these nations to say, after seeing the glorious power of what they're facing, they're still going to say, look, 144, they're still going to say, man, maybe we got a chance. What do we have to lose? Right? That's the demons on them. That's the same demons that was on Pharaoh to go back after the Lord already dusted Egypt off and said, damn, you know what? What more do we have to lose? They famed themselves and lusted after their rulership, right? It says, verse 10, but only, let me know when you want to stop. But
Okay. Yeah. Verse 10, you can stop.
okay, but only I
Y'all
saw.
reading the Bible?
Yeah, what's up?
I would like to listen.
Are you married? Do you have a boyfriend?
No,
What's that ring on your hand?
I'm married to Christ.
Okay, all right, stand right there and listen. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 13 and 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire out of his lips. And out of his lips a flaming breath.
Yes, and that's going into again those laser beams coming from the chariots, and utterly destroying the armies in other nations.
Yep, I got another precept.
Or
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
Precept, man.
go ahead.
I
But
got
I think Assad has.
You have some?
Yeah.
So I had one earlier, but you got to go.
Okay, all right, real quick, I'm gonna get this in
Right,
Daniel.
go ahead.
I'm gonna get this in Daniel because this is another
chapter.
2.
Okay.
Daniel chapter 2. All right, this is Daniel chapter 2 and verse 40, verse 44. Okay, it says, and in the days of these kings, they're talking about the same thing
Yes.
with the other nations trying to fight against the Lord, right? And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
And that's us being in rulership right there.
Yeah, well, but like Elder Ariala say, a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
There has to be a massive event that's going to take place
yeah.
before, because Esau not going to go down lightly.
Yeah.
He know he has but a short time. He going to come down with wrath, right? So what's going to take place? It says, the power of heaven will set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Which are the other nations.
Right. It says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
And that's when we're in rulership and they going straight into captivity, because the curses would be on the other nations, and that's those curses being lifted up off of us, because that cup that Esau and these other nations gonna partake.
Keep going.
That's those are the curses, that we're under right now.
I got another one.
Go ahead.
This is Lamentations chapter 4.
That's what I was there.
Okay, Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21.
Yeah.
Okay, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Uh-huh.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee,
Yep.
and thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself mad.
Yeah, naked, and that's being
I'm sorry, make thyself naked. I'm sorry.
yeah. And that's you being found out, So those curses and that word drunken got
I can get it.
No.
In the Hebrew?
No.
What you want? I get it real quick if you want.
Oh, man, I forgot what
I'll
yeah,
get-
you can get it.
I'll get that word drunken real quick. In what was that? Lamentations, right? 4.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go. All right, this word for drunken is Strong's H 7937, shakar. It says to become drunk, be intoxicated. It says to make drunken. It says, to become tipsy. It says to satiate with stimulating drink or influence, to be filled with drink. So basically, to be drunk,
Right.
right? Okay,
Right.
to be full, like we say, be full. It
Right.
says a metaphor in the prophets, the wicked are said to be drunken, since they rush to any kind of madness. Since they rush by a kind of madness upon their own destruction. So like a bug out, like a kamikaze, like you know you're going down the path of destruction, but you rushing towards the fire, you running off the cliff,
Right.
like you drunk.
Right.
You see, that's the thing. So going back here to Lamentations 4:21, it says the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Yep, and again, that's going back on the curses falling, upon this Esau, Edom, and the other nations, as well. So,
More.
verse 20.
Right. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee captive into captivity.
And that's us, our deliverance right there. That's in the new covenant, when we're in rulership, when we have the new bodies, right?
Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead.
let me read this in the
Okay,
NLT real
go
quick.
ahead.
All right, this is the Lamentations 4:22 in the New Living Translation. It says, O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile. But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed.
Yep. And that's what I like about this chapter in Isaiah 34, because it speaks about their first job when they go into captivity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, you may.
We'll have to skip to it,
We're
but
gonna
I'm
go
just
back
saying.
to it, man. No, hey, man, listen, bro. We just getting warmed up, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you want to get your
I got it. Yep. Real quick, this Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, all thine adversaries, every
Hold on,
one
we
of
gotta
them.
qualify that.
Oh, yeah.
Who is it talking about? All that devour thee.
Oh, we know exactly it's talking about these nations, man.
Right.
That had a part in our captivity, and that's talking about you Israelites, alluding to so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians. And then, so look, guess who had you in captivity? The so-called white man had you in captivity. You had captivity under the Hamites, which are the Africans. All these various nations had a part in your captivity, and guess what? The Lord is gonna bring judgment upon them. That's what we're speaking about right here, man.
Oh, and I got a precept on that.
Which one? I'll get it.
Lamentations 2 and 15.
Okay, I got you.
Because these other nations, they laugh at Jake, being in this condition, being stupefied, calling themselves black, spits, all of these bywords and proverbs that's given unto us, all due to our disobedience and kindling the anger of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 2, verse 5. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the whole joy of the earth?
Right, and that's all the other nations mocking themselves at us. So when we out and about, that's why they look down on us as a people, because they're happy in the condition that they're in. They want this to continue forever. So don't matter if you in corporate, even look at the superstars or the artists. It doesn't matter. Esau, Edom, and these other nations, they always let them know who they are. Even it doesn't matter how much money they make or fame they got. You can look at what's his name, Bill Cosby. They
anybody.
made him an example.
Yeah.
So if you go against what the curses that's put on us as a people, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna always humble us and make an example to let us know that these nations they don't care about you, man. And you got something
more. More. This Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give thee for a prey.
And that's also going into those curses that we can read about that in Deuteronomy chapter 30. If I believe, Deuteronomy chapter 30, where the curse is going to come off Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, starting with the 144,000 and the great multitude, the chosen and elect.
Right. You want to go back to that Isaiah 30?
Can you read Jeremiah 1:3?
Hold on 1 second. Continuing on in Isaiah 34 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Okay, and that's going into the aftermath in the destruction when the armies and these nations are destroyed. You know, because that's a precept to that in Ezekiel chapter 38 and 11. It actually goes into that.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the destruction. So that's gonna be the verdict when Yahweh Shai and the angels finish whipping up on these nations, starting with Esau, Edom.
Right. It says that verse 4. It says, and all.
You wanna get that precept?
Oh, I thought you were going to get it. My bad.
okay.
You
So
want it? Ezekiel 38 and 11, right?
Ezekiel 38 and 11.
Yep, this is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and neither having bars nor gates.
Yeah, and those that's speaking about Babylon the Great, aka America. Is there more?
Let's see. Yeah, three more.
Yeah, land without walls, like y'all said.
Uh-huh.
This is
I think
supposed to be the
about
best.
them stinking.
Yep.
Okay.
It says here, this is verse 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods.
Wait a minute. I said what was that? Ezekiel 38? I meant 39.
39? Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
39 and 11.
Got it.
Salaki.
God, it still goes right with what you're talking about, bro.
Right.
Because like, what's that land with all villages? America ain't got no. The missile defense here is trash, man. You look into that. What is it? GE? I believe it's GAD or GED. That missile GMD. That missile defense system. That thing has like a 50% a rate of actually working. So that means if a nation was to shoot missiles at Babylon the Great America, it probably wouldn't even be able to. It wouldn't be able to intercept it, especially not Russia's.
Right.
Russia's Satan II missile is so fast that by the time they shoot it, a nation can't even react quick enough for their missile defense system to even block it. See, so that's going. It is going into what you're going into, bro.
It's 39 and 11. Salaki.
Yep, it's all good. This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 11. All right, Ezekiel 39 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto God a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea.
Okay.
And it shall stop the noises of the passengers' noses. Yep. It says, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Haman Gog.
So that's just letting you know that right over there in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, where the war is going to be taking place, is speaking of the same thing right here, where the noses of passengers are going to be stopped. You know, you're going to smell it even before you get to it. You know, that's how bad it's going to stink. You know, and that was pretty much it on that, backing up that precept.
Continue on.
Yeah, you can continue on.
All right.
Salaki.
This is you good, bro. It says back in Isaiah 34, and Esau know the judgment coming. By the way, yeah, that random Edomite chick. Anytime I keep telling brothers, I'm gonna remind y'all. Anytime a woman come up to the camp saying anything, don't say shit other than where's your husband or your boyfriend. If she says she have a husband or a boyfriend, tell her bring her husband or her boyfriend, show him the videos or bring him to the camp and he'll teach you. If she say, oh, I don't have a husband or I don't have a boyfriend like this, like that bug out, then you just let them be and you let them sit there. And you don't let them talk, you don't let them ask questions, because their job is to shut the hell up. Okay? We're at work. You know what I mean? This is Isaiah 34 in verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven, like they say, oh, can you pull a scripture? Can you read a scripture for me? Nah. No. We're not interrupting the program. It's for you to try to get it. Because you're not really supposed to, like, if a woman want to learn, first of all, she looked like an Edomite, but she could be a Jake, just for edification's sake. I'm talking about this woman that was here. She came up here. She's, all bugging out. Are you guys reading the Bible? And she just broke down crying. But that's gonna be what. And we was reading Lamentations as a spirit. That's gonna be the spirit of these other nations while Babylon the Great is
That
getting
was the
destroyed.
spirit, though, you know.
We was talking about destruction. As soon as she came up here,
Other
destruction of the
nations.
heathen. Going to Second Ezra 13, we were going to Isaiah 34. You know what I'm saying? And then she came in that lamenting spirit. So I threw a salt in the wound. Okay, let's get lamentations. Let's get, you know what I mean? But let's say she was a Jake. Okay, all right. Was you gonna convert her on the spot? No. So anytime a woman start asking questions, hey man, we're just gonna ignore you. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna ignore you. All right? You'd be better off not asking anything and just listening than trying to ask a question and trying to understand. Don't ask no questions. We're not answering no questions. Okay? But anyway, going back to this Isaiah 34:4, it says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll."
And that's going into the nuclear ICBM missiles. When one of those missiles hit, that's exactly what it looks like, a scroll with a mushroom on top. So,
The mushroom cloud.
yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
That's what that term, like you said.
Yeah.
It says, "And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree."
And that's going into the nuclear radiation, right?
No, it's going into all their hosts shall fall down.
The missiles
Done.
hitting.
Well, okay, no, yeah, the missiles.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then it goes on to talk about sword being bathed in heaven.
Right.
Right? Because what's going to cause the mushroom cloud, the ICBM missiles, is going to
The
be
missiles,
bringing the mushroom cloud, bringing the nuclear destruction, right?
Done.
Okay. Let me keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep going unless you got a precept to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do. Revelation the 6th chapter.
I was already there.
Okay, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
was
about.
already
Okay, let's
there.
get
Yeah,
that real
'cause
quick.
that actually goes into that.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, "Now beheld, and when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." Verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as a fig tree casting her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Yeah, and that's going into those missiles when they're dropping over here in the Americas, which is going to cause that great earthquake. And that's the aftermath of the nuclear destruction that's going to take place. That's going to cause the earthquake, the earth to shake.
If I may add to you, like basically John the Revelator was seeing, like
Mhm.
when he was seeing a vision, he said what it looked like. It looked like some stars falling down from heaven. So he saw it. Like he didn't know what a missile was, so he said it looked like stars falling down.
And you have to visualize this too. These nuclear missiles going to be coming from other countries, so they're going to be high. Everyone's going to be able to see them. You know, it's not going to be some like a building covering where you can't see it. It's going to be up there. You're going to know.
Yeah, it's gonna be the sirens gonna be blazing. I don't know if I think it was a nuclear. It was something happening. Riding dirt bikes downtown, but it was something happened where in Hawaii. I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021. It was like a nuclear. Like everybody got alerts on their phone, like imminent nuclear impact or something. Something happened to where like everybody, like basically started bugging out. Like, but it was a text message. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Where you see, like a nuclear threat. Basically, everybody got a text message about a nuclear threat, but it was in Hawaii. You know what I mean? And everybody started like basically bugging out, thinking that like it was the end of the world because everybody, like the Amber Alert.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that big siren
you know what I'm
on your
saying?
phone
Like,
and
speak
shit,
on that. Like when you get an Amber Alert,
yeah.
like how everybody gets a text message on their phone.
Yeah, but like when you get an Amber Alert, that bug gonna buzz. It don't matter what you're doing, that bug goes. Zzz.
Yeah.
Hey, your phone do not disturb. It still goes and buzz on your phone.
And it don't matter what you're doing, what time of the day. You know.
Yeah. So I'm trying to pull it.
And also, like, to add on to the precept as well, it spoke about how it's going to be an earthquake. Because when from Yahweh's return and from those missiles pelting, it's going to make the earth reel to and fro. It's going to be shaking. It's going to shake everything up.
And also the laser beams from the chariots, you know, so.
I got you right here. Chat GPT coming in clutch. It said, but then, that's another whole other thing. But it says, yes, okay, here we go. January 13th, 2018. On January 13th, damn, ain't that, we still in January, so that was what? 7 years ago. I felt like it was more recent than that.
Right.
But I guess it was 7 years already. It says, residents and visitors in Hawaii received a false emergency alert warning of an incoming ballistic missile. So imagine if everybody in Dallas, in Texas, got a text message saying, ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. And everybody, I'm talking about everybody at the same time, like an Amber Alert.
It's going to be chaos, man.
Everybody start bugging out.
But and you got to look, this is why you want to repent and seek the Lord, because the only way out is up into the chariots. You know, it's too late then if you don't know.
No, but check this out.
Go ahead.
It says the message which was sent through the emergency alert system, so it's like an official.
Right.
Somebody, it says the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts saying ballistic missile threat inbound. Imagine if you got this text message. You got this text. Everybody, you know, you around like, okay, if we all get a text message, your phone start beeping. Everybody pick their phone. What the fuck? And then you see that, you start bugging out like, oh shit, like this ain't a drill. Because everybody, how you gonna fake text everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, that's real.
Yeah.
Right? So it says the alert caused widespread panic. And I remember the brother out there in Hawaii, he started going live and just off the spot, he just started going live. As soon as he got the message, everybody started bugging it. Like this is as the panic was going on. He like immediately started going live. Boom. Right? Gabar Yahawada out there in Hawaii.
When that,
you know what I'm saying? When this happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It says the alert caused widespread panic as people sought shelter and contacted loved ones. However, 38 minutes later, officials confirmed that the alert was a mistake. It says the false alarm was caused by human error during a routine drill at the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency.
Wow.
An employee mistakenly selected the wrong option from a drop-down menu, sending the alert to the public instead of the internal test systems.
Wow.
Okay, so, you know, but you seen the result.
Yeah.
And then there was people, they got that text message, immediately got a heart attack and died.
Damn.
Like there was like people like.
But you gotta look, because some of these people know that when this takes place, that Yahweh Shai gonna return, they were probably like, oh, I ain't ready. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They were like, man.
I got a real quick before
Go ahead.
going into what the brother's going into. This is Matthew 24, and I'm going to get verse 42. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. So, hey, the Lord going to come unaware. Like, people going to be doing their own normal life, just like they were in the days of Noah when that rain came down. It said people was getting married. They was already having a good time. Everybody was having a blast, and all of a sudden, hey, some drops coming down from the sky. You're like, oh, shit, what he was prophesying about is actually real? So, you know they was panicking. They ain't never seen rain before. And Noah just in the ark with the family chilling.
And even
locked up.
And even for those preppers, man, you don't know where you're gonna be. You know, and most likely everybody have jobs and during that time, if you functioning in this society, you're gonna have that thing in you, you know.
Of course.
So
Of course.
it's gonna be bad, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a little more on that
I
Revelation
just wanted to
6.
get that example.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Sure. Just a little more on Revelation
Okay.
6. Maybe we jump back to Isaiah if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, this is Revelation 6. Get back to it. Locked in. All right, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 14. And it reads right here. It says in the heaven.
A couple more minutes.
Okay.
Nah.
We'll just end on this one.
Nah, yep, this is Revelation 6 and 14. And the heaven, I'm going to read 13 again. It says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their place.
Yep, and that's going into the destruction on how bad, you know, this destruction gonna be from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in the nuclear thermal missiles, because I mean, you know, for a mountain to be moved out of its place, it's gonna be an unrecognizable place. This place is gonna be a desert, you know, and then even in some of the other parts of the world, the scripture says that, yeah, mountains gonna be removed and islands gonna be no more. So the earth is gonna be unrecognizable if you was to look at it, you know, compared to the map that we have today. You know, so these other nations, you know, people that, you know, live in the islands where you think it's safe, hey, they're gonna go through it too. You know, this is judgment throughout the whole earth. But mainly, you know, the destruction is gonna happen here in Babylon the Great, which is America, okay?
That's the second death. The first death, that's when everything got separated by the flood. Now the second death, that fire is gonna,
Right.
it's gonna shake, it's gonna mess the continents up as well. It's gonna make everything be right how the Lord wanted it to be.
And the only one that's gonna be delivered are the chosen and the elect out of Israel. So if you from any other nation, you know, if you from the seed of if your dad is the seed of another nation, then you know if you're up here in America, it's over. Go
A
ahead.
little more, verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in dens in the rocks and the mountains.
Yeah, and that's going into, because you know they're terrified of the Lord. They didn't hearken unto the Lord, and also they trying to escape judgment, which is not gonna happen. So whether you and whether you know delivered for slavery and captivity, or you know you get put to death, you're gonna get judgment. So anything else you want to speak on that? All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and elect. Shalom.
Shalom.